Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris with Kristen's Crafts, and today I am bringing you the fourth process video for my February How to Kill a Kit with Style. So today is going to be a double page layout. These are pictures from 2016. We went to a local event that we have every year. It's called a steam show, where they display all of the old farm machinery and tractors and things like that are steam powered. They would have been all from like the early 1900s, and it's just an amazing event that we go to where you can see this equipment up close and how big it was, and you can just imagine what the farm fields would have looked like back in the day when they were actually, harvesting the fields with this equipment. So my kit had the blue paper that has like Country Market, Farm Fresh, Do Small Things with Great Joy, and tractors and things like that on there, and along with the bandana looking paper and the red florals with that little bit of yellow and green in it. So I went into the paper pad that I was able to get that floral paper from, and that is from, bear with me, it's Echo Park's Country Kitchen. And I believe the blue paper also came from there as well. So I grabbed out the green gingham, and that paper matches the leaves on the florals. And then I have the red being pulled in by the florals. The only thing that isn't really tied in is with the blue, but there's blue in my pictures, and I'm okay with how it looks. I just wanted that farm feeling, and I think that's what I end up getting in the end. So I went ahead and on a piece of just plain white cardstock, I matted the piece of bandana paper in the size that it was as a scrap. And I did the same thing with the piece of paper that was the blue farm looking labels. And it wasn't quite 12 inches, so I bridged the gap with a branding strip that I had pulled out as well. So now to bring all that color across and tie everything together, I'm going to cut that floral paper to 3 1/4, and I'm going to bridge that going out all the way across the 2 pages. So it does have a little bit of, like a different look, a lot of different patterns. But again, I think when you can pull things from one side to another, you can make it work. And so I'm going to do that with that bandana paper and also with the floral paper, bringing it to both sides. So all the colors are really there, like I said, with the exception of that blue grid paper. But I think that's pulled in by the country feel. And there's, like it said, blue in the sky of the pictures and things like that. So here's where I'm going to go ahead and bridge that over. Now, I'm not going to go all the way to the end. I'm just going to have it come in about 1 inch, and that just gives a little bit of character. And you can then, it just emphasizes the different layers going on the layout. And now I'm just going to go ahead and glue that down, and then we'll just go ahead and glue the pictures. This whole layout just took 30 minutes for everything. Again, I didn't overly embellish. These are random candid shots from going to the steam show. We go every year. So again, it doesn't require a ton of decoration. It just needs to, emphasize. You want it to, got to find my words here. You want it to accent the photos, but they don't have to become the main event of the layout. So I'm going to take the 3 photos of the steam shovels, and I'm going to glue those going across the page on the right-hand side. I did want to bring in that little strip of bandana paper off on the other side of the page, but it just wasn't big enough. I guess with the photos, I could have probably done it, but it just didn't work. So I'm going to go ahead and put the picture of the ice cream truck over on the left. And then I have a picture of the entrance sign to the farm that they host the steam event at. And then I have like just a candid shot of the different tractors that are parked on the it at the event. I've got 2 of those and then the 3 steam shovels. And I'm just kind of varying them at different heights and widths to just get them to go across the 2-page layout. And what I'm doing, one of the things I try and look at when I'm spanning across 2 layouts is I look at the distance that I have between the margin and the pictures. So for those horizontal pictures, I have about, I would say about 1/4 of an inch from the edge. And so when I do the picture on the right-hand side, on the bottom, even though it's not lining up with those pictures, I'm going to try and give it about 1/4 of an inch border going in from the inside gap. So it kind of mirrors what the other side has. And I'm just going to trim off that excess. And I'm pretty happy how that all turned out now. Everything's on there. It's got a little bit of an interest. Now I'm going to take the scrap pieces of paper that I have, and I'm just now going to pull those colors across the page. So I'm going to take the bandana page that's on the left. I'm going to take the scrap piece of paper, and I'm just going to go ahead and put one at the top right-hand corner. That pulls that bandana paper off to the side. It also tones down that green gingham a little bit, so it's not as in your face as it was at the beginning. And now I'm just going to take a little bit of that yellow paper border strip, and I'm going to put that over on the other side. So now you're pulling it across, and now it looks intentional. I'm going to take that other little banner scrap. I'm going to cut it a little bit smaller, and I'm just going to have that coming out of the horizontal picture at the bottom. And then I'll take that other little scrap of yellow and put that with it. So now I have it in 2 spots on the right-hand side and then going down the left. So it's kind of your thirds. And then to bring in a little bit more of the floral, I'm going to go ahead and put that little scrap up at the top. That actually ends up primarily getting covered up. You can see a little bit poking out, but that will get covered up pretty soon. So that's the basis of my layout. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and grab one of my Echo Park sticker books. I'm grabbing one that's for fall because the steam show is all about what we use to harvest, and they do sell like have a farm stand and things like that. However, this is done in August, so we're not quite to fall yet. So I didn't want to use anything that said happy fall or anything like that, but I was okay with like these florals. They bring in the red, the yellow, and the green that is throughout my layout, and I'm going to find 3 of them that goes through. And then I'm just going to find little things that remind me of like the steam show. And the other thing that they have is like a flea market where they have all kinds of older equipment and household antique type things. So I'm going to pull in the ball jar. I'm going to bring in a little like basket. I'll have a crate of corn because they sell sweet corn there. And then I'm going to bring in a little pickup truck. It does have some pumpkins in the back end, but that's okay. It's not real glaring and screaming fall, so I think I can get away with using that. The sticker book, I love the price point that you get from when you buy them through the warehouse sales at Echo Park. However, I have found that recently some of their pages aren't scored all the way through, so just be aware of that when you're buying them. You're getting them for a good price point, so you have to just be a little bit more careful and cautious when you're taking them apart off the sheet so that you don't rip them, and just having to put a little bit of effort in for getting them to remove. Like this one here, it was not going to remove. So what I found to work is I will cut the sticker and the backing away from the actual book itself, and then I'll just slowly peel it away in little sections, and just have to take your time and do it slowly, and they do come apart. Just have to have a little patience, and for, like I said, for the price point, I can have a little patience here and there. So now I'm just kind of cleaning it up. I'm taking away where it didn't quite score all the way through and just cleaning up the edges so that it looks good. And then I will put that floral at the top over by where the ice cream truck is. And that will give me my 3 clusters of florals. So I hope you all are enjoying this series. Like I said, I felt bad that last month I did not get the scraps done like I had really wanted to with Baby Scott scraps. So these are all the kind of the page kits that I had made with the intention of doing them last month. And as you can see, it's a great way to use up your scraps, and these layouts go together so quickly. So here I am adding that truck, and now I'm going to add that little crate of corn, and then I'm just looking for, I think I find the little banner that says happiness. And I think that's going to be it for the stickers. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of my other sticker books. I didn't like the color of the font in that book, so I'm going to grab a different one out that has a wood grain font, and I'm just going to spell out the word STEAM Show. And that will work. I'm just looking to see if they have anything that says like harvest. Like I said, I'm trying to avoid happy fall and those kind of things, and look mainly for things that say like harvest and are geared more towards what the STEAM Show is, which is harvesting the crops and not necessarily about fall, even though it's an event that does lead into fall, but it's still mid-August when this is put on. So here's where I start to spell out STEAM Show. I'm going to put it down, and then I'm going to have to clean it up a little bit. I'm not the straightest when it came to these, but I will tuck the word show just above the truck, and then I'll bring the word STEAM in over. So right now I'm just getting all the letters out, and then I'll clean it up in just a second. And here I go. I'm just going to kind of clean it up and get it moved over so that I can get that in. So hopefully you guys are all having a good winter and you're getting some scrapbooking done. I know I've said I'm trying to get my work-life balance into order, so I was able to film a little bit on the weekend. So hopefully you'll see a few videos coming up, hoping to get ahead a little bit. And we also have the President's Day holiday that I have no plans on, and I'll have it. My husband will be at work, so I'm hoping on that day I can have a nice quiet house and get a few videos ahead. And okay, so here I went ahead and I found the STEAM Show. I've got that fixed, and now I'm just taking one more little peek to see if there's anything else, and I decide that I'm good with what I have. So the next thing I want to do is have a spot for journaling, and so I just grabbed the back side of that floral paper, and I'm going to cut off a 2-inch piece of it, but it's a very stark white compared to the rest of the layout. So I'm just going to take my inking tool that has Walnut Distress ink from previously using it, and I'm just going to ink the edges and kind of buff it up a little bit and just kind of tone down the white. And then I'm going to put that in that spot that's up down on the bottom left-hand or bottom right-hand corner. And then I'm just going to put my journaling there, and my journaling is going to say I enjoy going every year to the STEAM Show. It's amazing to see the advancements that have been made in farming. These tractors and steam-powered pieces of machinery are so large, when viewed up close, you can imagine what it must have been like to see them harvesting in the early 1900s. And then I put the year down. I can only imagine looking out in the fields and seeing these big, they look like they're like land trains. There are these big wheels. My husband's 6'7", and when he stands in front of them, he looks dwarfed compared to this machinery. And so it's just really cool, and I can only imagine what it would have been like at harvest time, being able to go out and see all of this equipment out in the fields bringing in the harvest. So kind of cool. So that is going to be it for my layout. I am going to have a couple close-ups coming up. I want to thank you guys so much for stopping by. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I hope that you are enjoying it and getting a lot of good ideas out of here and seeing that you don't have to go overboard. You can, simple works, and these are pictures from 2016 that needed to get in the book, and now they're done. So thank you so much. You all have a great day. Stay tuned for the close-ups, and we will see you again on my channel. Bye-bye.